Waitresses coming to the West End! It just got announced today. It's not what this video is about, but it just got announced. Hello Aeronauts, it's me, Aaron James, your cute gay flounder who loves all Disney, theatre and LGBT plus related stuff. So today's video is all about my 5 top tips for auditions. So to put into context, I did a foundation course in acting at Birmingham School of Acting, and it's called the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire Acting. Following on from that, I then moved to Guildford and I did 2 years at the Academy of Contemporary Music studying professional music performance, aka singing. And that was all for the music industry and the pop industry. So I've done the weirdest route, but because of doing the weirdest route, it means I've also auditioned for countless places and for countless different types of degrees. So I auditioned for musical theatre courses, then after being a BSA we kind of got pushed towards doing an acting degree, so then I did acting course auditions, and then following on from that I then went to ACM and auditioned, which was a completely different style but also kind of related. So if you're also looking at music or music schools, that side, I did that audition too. So if you're looking at more singing, so like BIM, ACM, all of those, you can find out a bit of information in this one. So these are just 5 top tips that I've learned, especially in drama schools, but also just for all auditions in general. This should be great for you. So here we go. Tip number 1. I'm not actually doing it right now, but wear something bright or have a way to stand out. Maybe not patterned, but like I remember for nearly every single audition I ever went to, I wore my kind of bright green t-shirt, because at the end of the day they see a lot of people and they're not going to remember your names. Most likely they just remember how you look. So you kind of want to wear something that they're going to remember. So for me, I knew that green brings up my eyes, my eye colour, because my eye colour's a weird mix between blue, green and grey, so any kind of blue, green or grey colour on me makes my eyes stand out a lot more. A simple thing, that's what I'd say. Make sure you're wearing something that's memorable. Keep to the brief. So normally all auditions, especially for drama school, not so much music school I would say, but it'll tell you how to look, how to present yourself. This is what they expect. Follow that, but also make sure you've got something that's memorable. Step number 2, just be you. My best auditions ever were when I was just being me and when I just let my personality come through. The same with any interview I've ever had. The ones where I'm more relaxed, then I get my little bit of a confidence drive, and also you don't feel that kind of wall between and they know what they're expecting. Because at the end of the day, an audition is you showing them who they're going to be working with for the job or through the degree. Like, this is your time to show them you. At the end of the day, they want to know who they're going to be seeing every day. An audition is kind of for you to sell your personality just as much as showing your talent. Be you. Give them that amazing smile that you give your friends. I mean, be professional, but also just don't try and be someone else, because this somebody else is not who's trying to get into drama school or music school. It's you, so just be you. Number 3, know your text. Know your music, know your songs, back to front. To the point where there's nothing that you're worried about. You can just say it out loud and it just happens. Why am I saying this? Because in a lot of auditions, they like to play with the text. They like to play with what you brought. So they may tell you to do it as a tree or to do it as water, or I remember doing loads of different things like this, both singing and acting. You had to know your text well enough that you could just change and adapt it to what they ask you to do, because they want to see how well you take direction. But to take direction and to be able to adapt, you need to know your text. Because the worst thing is when somebody goes, right, let's play around with this, and then you forget what you're talking about, or you just sort of flub it, and then you'll near certainly corpse and you panic. So one of my big things is just make sure you spend time going through it. There's lots of ways I learned of how to make it easier, especially with Shakespeare. Like, make sure you put lines in to know where the breaks are. I used to do a lot of things of when you reached a punctuation mark, you turn and keep going, and that really helped in getting to know like the feel of it. And same with music, just keep on repeating. If you want to learn the melody first, which is normally better actually to learn sometimes the melody first before you get into the lyrics, and that would be just to do it on a bar or a gar or whichever vowel / consonant syllable works for you in that song. You're then learning muscle memory wise the actual melody, and you're not going to stray, which is a big thing with music. If you don't learn the song correctly, it will never be correct. Learn the music, note perfect, and then play with it. Never play with it when you're learning a song. Number 4. Be up for anything. No audition is the same. No audition has a strict thing that will always happen. And a lot of times in an audition, somebody will throw you something that you really didn't expect and you just gotta go with it. I remember an audition where I thought that I would be near, like, mid to end because of where my name fits. And then they went, oh, we're doing first name order, which meant that I was first. So that threw me completely. I think that's what made that audition go shocking. It was just because I had prepared myself completely that I was going to be this way in, I had loads of time to relax and calm down, and I didn't, because I should have prepared a lot before, so that when we got to that point, I was just relaxed and like, yeah, sure, I'll go now. And I think if I had done that, my monologues would have gone a lot better. Number 5, enjoy it. At the end of the day, an audition is basically a free workshop. Even if you paid for your audition, you've paid basically to have a acting or singing or dance workshop. At the end of the day, you're gonna do the thing you love. Regardless if you get in or not, it's a chance to learn. Most auditions, you're still learning a routine or a song, or you're learning your monologues, or in the audition, they might do a class, or you might be doing physical theatre, or they might be playing around with the monologues or the music. You're getting a time to perform and to learn your craft. So yes, it's stressful. There's no lie that you'll have nerves, but nerves are great because it means you care, and you can use your nerves to give you that energy to get through it. But don't worry, like, it's an audition. If you don't get it, that's fine. Every part of the performing arts industry has no's. Most auditions do end with a no, but that's where you have to see it as, I get to perform. Regardless, this is a performance opportunity, this is an extra dance class, this is an extra singing class, this is an extra time to go through things and talk to people who are auditioning. Get to know them, because these could be your friends for life, because they all want the same thing. And I met loads of people that I've now know in life, or they went to one drama school and I went to music school, or all these different things, and then you end up knowing each other because the industry is so small. Everybody knows each other. So just enjoy it, because you know what, that no could mean that you get the greatest thing. I mean, look at the whole share your rejection thing that recently has been going around Twitter. Just because you didn't get into one place doesn't mean that there's not another place, or maybe if you'd have gone to that place you would have hated it. You don't know what's coming. So auditions are scary, yes, but they're also a lot of fun if you take this advice and just enjoy it. So I guess I'm going to say enjoy auditions, and if you got to the end of this video, then comment below with auditions can be fun, and then I want you to say why you think so. So subscribe if you haven't already to join the Aeron family. If you're not already, we're very cool. We're a cool gang. Yeah, so anyhow, love you all. Bye.